Hello and welcome to EDU Talk Now. Our guest today is Mr. Jaiveer Shergill. He holds the post of co-chairman of the legal cell of the Congress party from the Punjab state. So thank you so much for joining us today. Um, Law school. You're a law student and,
Yeah.
and a practicing lawyer at the Supreme Court. What made you step directly into politics? Not directly, but decide to direct into
To,
step
s-
into.
to start with, politics has always been my dream, my passion. And law always as a good opportunity to reach my passion and to reach my destination of politics. There are two primary reasons. That A, to service today in politics or to be a good politician, just calling yourself a politician is not enough. You need the knowledge, you need the intellect, you need to understand what happened in ground reality and how you can positively contribute. When I say positively contribute, not only in terms of winning an assembly seat, because the paradigm of Indian society is shifting. It's shifting from a low-level corruption of procuring your driving license. It's shifting from low-level corruption of bribing a policeman. People today want to know what central government policies are. How are they getting benefits in terms of facts and figures? How in legal terms a specific natural resource of this country is allocated. Today people are questioning the system. The youth is questioning the system. Nobody is taking down answers from any government or political party straight line down. So to understand the inherent system and what answers people need, it's very important to have the knowledge to answer those questions. So law in that sense has or is still providing me a good platform to understand the system, to understand how we as a youth can help the system. Of course, it's not an overnight change. I would be lying if today I say that stepping into politics, I alone can bring about the change. But my main reason to be in politics is to spread the word. I also see it as a platform to educate youth. I sitting in my room alone or in a courtroom cannot reach out to 1,000 people, 500 or even 100. That's very restrictive practice. Being a lawyer, being in politics, I can through politics, at least broadcast my ideas. If by God willing I'm in a position where my ideas are accepted by the media, I can make my ideas reach the youth. And how much education is important. Not only in terms of how much money it will get you, in terms of improvement of your own personality, your own thinking. It's a complete trickle down effect. Education trickle downs from you to your coming generations, even to your parents.
Right.
Today majority of the youth around us is in rural India or so-called urban India, but today the responsibility is on them to educate their own parents and peers. So education per se instills that confidence in you.
Yeah.
Whether it's respect for women, whether it's how you can make policy decisions, how you can ask the right question in the system.
Right.
Over the years, if you ask somebody in electoral politics, everybody used to ask a question whether a temple will be made in their particular
Exactly.
colony.
Exactly.
Do I know a police officer who can help them? They have got challan on the road.
Yeah.
So nobody was asking right questions. People
Mm-hmm.
barely used to ask a politician, what are you doing about the traffic situation in your area? What
Yeah.
are you doing about the drug situation in your area? So it's a vicious circle. If the people's expectation is only limited to media broadcast, okay, today I raise the allegation, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
If you limit yourselves, system will never get okay. So it's a vicious circle. If you ask the right question, it will poke a politician to do the right step.
Yeah.
To be educated to ask the right thing for today's youth is very, very important. So that's why I
Yeah.
chose law as a base to finally come into politics, not full time. Still, to justify my role in politics, I became a lawyer.
Okay.
So that what positive, as I say, what USP I have or how I can help in the society.
Right.
You will be surprised being a lawyer that majority of the population don't know about their legal rights.
Yeah.
People are not aware right to drinking water.
Yeah.
Now, Who will advise them? Where is the forum? Whose door will you knock if you are not getting clean water?
Exactly.
Which can you approach a court if you are not getting your central government policy benefit? Narega.
Hmm.
It's a right.
Yeah.
It's a right to life.
Yes. Hmm.
Narega facilitates that right to life.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm not getting my facility in the Narega, where do I have to go?
Yeah.
Being a lawyer, it will help us broadcast to people what issues,
Yeah.
what tools do they have there in their hands. Even if
Hmm.
you're illiterate, the court sees no education. The court
Hmm.
values your right.
Yeah.
The awareness of the right is important. So
Exactly.
law plus politics gives that platform to give that awareness to those people. So
Yeah.
that is the main.
So you're one of the
Yeah.
youngest
Well said.
chairman of the PPCC. So, and also you don't have a political background. So how did you go about this whole
Um,
success ladder?
Perfect. I would say, when I say political often, it's like film stars. If an actor, his son is bound to become an actor, and the entry is easy. And I will not say that entry of that actor, just because I'm the son of an actor, I will give a hit success story. Same as
Exactly.
for politics. Today, the paradigm of politics is shifting from pure face value to actual deliverance.
Hmm.
When I say the shift is from pure face value to deliverance, like people go to watch a movie and they want an actor to perform and they do well.
Exactly.
They similarly want their representative to perform.
Yeah.
If you have XYZ manifesto promises, they will see to it you perform, and you will see in the coming time that their politician will be barred from giving false promises. In fact, there is a latest Supreme Court decision on that.
Yeah.
And how do I get into the picture? Very frankly, I belong to a state which is a sufferer of vendetta politics,
Yeah.
where one political
Exactly.
party slaps, falls, or
Yeah.
write cases on the party workers.
Hmm.
And once in our country a case is registered against you, then you're doomed.
Yeah.
No, you have no protector. As I was telling earlier, a lot of these party workers don't even know how to protect themselves against a false case. So I had a unique idea, and one of the ideas in a lot of implementation. Why not to start a comprising of youngsters in each area a 24/7 automated toll-free number
Yeah.
where any party worker, Congress in our case, can call 24 hours, discuss his problem. We will give him a legal solution, legal assistance, legal representation.
Yeah.
That provides one window opportunity for the Congress worker.
Hmm.
Two benefits come out of it. Number one benefit, he gets aware how to protect himself in law and what rights he has under the Indian Constitution and various laws. Number two, it connects the Congress Worker Party to its party cadre, that the party is there to look after her. You are not an orphan in that sense. So I floated this idea via genuine emails. And being from Punjab, I met a lot of political leaders. I had 5, 6 good ideas like these who could bridge the gap between the party workers and the party, number one, and who could actually give something back in return in sense of awareness. So luckily for me, the idea clicked. They gave me an opportunity to float that idea. So we floated that idea. On basis of that idea, we did a lot of groundwork. So the party appreciated, and that's how I got the post.
Yeah.
Initially on an experiment basis, of course, to see how I deliver.
Yeah.
And we have started this pilot project in Punjab, in which 2 months we have got from one district alone 4,000 calls
Okay.
to
That's great.
address their problems. So,
Right.
and our team is working 24/7 to it. So
Okay.
for me, yes, being
So, but
political.
how many complaints do you have about? There aren't. I don't know how many people have been calling up to tell you about political vendetta problems, because there are a lot of people who get confused about what the helpline is for. So,
Yeah, you're right. We have had a lot of. We started this project as a pilot project from this district, Amritsar, where Golden Temple is.
Okay.
And under that district, there are more than 1,000 villages under this district. Of course, you're absolutely right. People get confused. What is this helpline for?
Yeah.
In genuine terms, we have got around 4,000 calls, which range from getting beaten up by a wife,
Yeah.
that's very
Exactly.
which range from a police not registering the complaint, which retain from their own party representative not listening to them, which
Yeah.
from getting cylinder from the black market. So there are range of problems. We, in fact, do the service, though it is purely for political vendetta, but wherever we can help, we help them. If it's unemployment, or if it's black market procurement of a gas cylinder, or if it's a complaint against a a police officer, we help them. But our priority is political vendetta. And in Punjab, their house is vandalized during Sarpanch elections. Even in
Yeah.
Panchayat election, three youngsters were killed. 21-year-old youth Congress boys were killed.
Okay.
So, but they don't know how to even go to the police. The police does not register the FIR. They don't know where to register a case.
Yeah.
So 4,000 calls in 2 months from district of Amritsar. If I have to bifurcate for vendetta, there were approximately 1,000 calls for vendetta, and
Okay.
around 3,000 for other employment, domestic violence, and day-to-day affair calls.
So you said you're using youth, youngsters, a group of youngsters to implement these programs. So what would you say? Because in politics there aren't people from the age group of say 24 to or in the young people age bracket. So what role or what space do you think there is for young leaders in politics?
They said necessity is the mother of invention. I would say same goes for politics. Hard reality, and rightly so, the reality is nobody wants to work without having an incentive. Incentive in terms of being a successful person. Incentive in terms of recognition. Incentive in terms of leading the path to fulfill their own dreams. So when I say a group of youngsters, a lot of youngsters want to work for political parties. Oh, good, it's a double-edged sword. They want to fulfill their own dream of helping the society.
Exactly.
They want to use their education to spread awareness, but at the same time, they want recognition, appreciation, and a good glorified path which leads or which rewards their hard work. So when we gather a group of enthusiast youngsters to help us in the legal, of course they have incentives. You are a young legal boy. You are from a non-lawyer family. With this initiative, you are getting opportunity to argue cases before courts, which as
Yeah.
a lawyer you will never get. You're getting
Okay.
a client base, though it is free of cost. You're getting recognition within your own circle. And if your hard work is rewarded by the party, then you get your own post either in the legal field or a political field. So it serves the purpose of the young man's aspirations
Right.
and also the political party.
Yeah.
So also yesterday you were appointed as the youth leader.
Spokesperson of the Congress
Of
Punjab.
Punjab Congress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what exactly does that entail exactly?
So it's a double thing. So the All India Congress is starting an initiative for choosing, as I for it's choosing non-political background people and creating a pool of around 150 people who will be potential future leaders or potential future media panelists
Yeah.
for the coming times. Now, the party feels it is very imperative they are educated in the right manner so that they can represent their views in the right manner. And they
Right.
are not novices or in that sense. So they are creating,
Right.
so they selected 150 people who are doing work within the party and their work is recognized. So these people will be trained, and maybe some of them will be the future spokesperson for the party. And
Okay.
second, the post is a spokesperson for the Congress party. 2014 elections are coming up.
Yeah.
So there are different sects of society. So there's a rural section, there's a farmer community, there is a educated community, there is a service class,
Yeah.
there is a religious community.
Yeah.
So each state is having a bifurcation of 4 to 5 spokespersons who can cater and represent their views to different classes of people in different communities, because media plays more than 50% role in how elections
Exactly.
are won and how
Exactly.
well our views are broadcasted.
Yeah.
So that is
Yeah.
right.
Based more on the research I did. I
Yeah,
read about
perfectly.
you on it. During your internship with Procter and Gamble in Mumbai, right, in 2005, you proposed amendments to the existing laws in order to combat the menace of counterfeit goods entering the Indian market.
Yeah.
So today, I believe 8 years from now, what is the status? What was the result, and how did it
No,
all go?
this proposal was primary, so every internship a law student has to go through internship during his law school tenure, and, which is of 5 years. The objective is to, a law student should be aware in future what is he expected to do. If I'm working for a company, do I have to make a policy for internal company policy, number one. If I'm working for a law firm, how agreement is structured. If I'm working for a lawyer, how arguments in Supreme Court are done, or how arguments at trial court are done. So my training program at Procter and Gamble, basically, Procter and Gamble deals with a lot of FMCG goods, soaps, shampoos, and so on. So they wanted an internal policy making, how to stop counterfeit head and shoulder shampoo. Somebody sending from XYZ market, and ultimately it harms the consumer. So today we have penal laws which stops fake products coming into the country. Indian Penal Code has the Criminal Code has a provision. So my suggestion was to strengthen, to have a specific team or a research team which basically ascertains what is a counterfeit good. If you and me are buying a toothpaste, we will not run to the court to say this is counterfeit.
Exactly.
So at this stage of procurement by the wholesaler, he should have a clearance, quality clearance from the district authority before he gets those products into the market. So that was my proposal. As such, no amendment in the law has come on that proposal, because that proposal was very within the company proposal, and basically to evaluate a young law intern's research skills and what valuable inputs he can get.
Okay. So again, an internship question I will put up. While you did the internship in UNICEF, right? So you made a documentary on child labor and all. Here I would like to bring in one of my personal experiences. If you have seen that WHO building here, so right in front of that WHO building, there is a slum, and the children of the slum, they prepare tea, and they go and serve that tea to the administrative people of the WHO. And I was standing there, and one of the employer of WHO, he was, talking to the security guard. So I just went and I said, can you just see the slum out here? You are World Health Organization, and there is a slum right in front of you. And it has been, from yesteryears it's been there. So I just, I said, you should do something. So he was like, chalta hai, we are in India. That's what, chalta hai is such an excuse here. So what's your take on this? Because child labor is really a hurdle, I would say, in today's time when we are developing. So
See, when we talk about eradicating child labor, you have to understand that within your own mind you have to bifurcate.
exactly.
One, child labor is which is hazardous to the health of the children. One is that if you are into crackers, majority of the firecracker manufacturing units use child labor,
Yeah.
which is ultimately impacts their health.
Yeah.
Second major child labor is that sports industries. The chemicals which come out while making a football or a bat, or while stitching or hand stitching a football, is very hazardous to their own hands.
Yeah.
It affects the limbs.
Yeah.
So this, you have to play what intention is there to stop child labor.
Okay.
So intention, if it's health and safety, it has to be, yes, there should be a hardcore legislation
Yes.
which stops or bars children from working in which industry which impacts them in terms of health. Second hard reality is we are a country, we can dream for education for all, but
Exactly.
it has to be a overall a phase process. Today there are many young children who have to feed their own parents.
Yeah.
There are many young children who have to take bread and butter back to them. To eradicate that at this age is very, very harsh. Yes, but we can definitely work upon the working conditions where they work. If they at all grown up, we have to give them evening schools, evening colleges. No government can do, possibly none of us can go and feed,
Yeah, that's
or we can't deprive them of the livelihood on the path of eradicating child labor. But today is a hard reality in India. But I always feel we can improve the working conditions in which they work.
So should
Canada.
sorry for interrupting. So should I take your answer as that it's okay if they are working, if they are serving tea to the administrators of
No,
WHO? If
no, I see, WHO, I take an example. WHO is an institution which serves world as an example of health.
yeah,
If something is happening right outside their window,
yeah,
it's a it's a bad show window.
exactly,
You can only lead by examples.
exactly.
You can't set an example if you yourself are not following.
Of course.
I definitely don't say it's a chalta hai and they should tolerate it. I
Mm-hmm.
come back to my original conclusion. They should start an initiative for those children serving tea. A Shiksha program like Procter and Gamble, and with their each product, a small amount of money was going for Shiksha of young girl child.
Yeah, yeah, I
There was whatever product. WHO could definitely start. They can start a school program. If with monetary consideration, they can improve with the sheltered. They can keep people to serve tea. They can train them to make better. They can give them cooking classes. They can increase better the environment in which he's being made, not in a shoddy tea stall. If they can't set the example right outside their institution, it is, it is completely contradictory.
exactly.
So
That's
what
what.
I say, child labor per se should be banned, but the manner and the procedure differs. Health, safety issue, and the livelihood of the family of the child.
Completely agreed. Okay. So, yeah, under PPC Legal Cell, you're currently working with two projects, if I'm not wrong. The project is Jagriti and the other one is Suraksha. The
Yeah.
Suraksha one is on the political
Yeah,
vendetta,
yeah,
we just
yeah.
talked about it. The project Jagriti, you said, is basically what your motive with that project is. First of all, you want the rural people to be aware of their legal rights. Then you said you would like to move on to things like drug addiction and female feticide which are growing and you want to eradicate them from the society from, I would say, root level, you said. So you belong to Punjab and female feticide, if you would must be well aware of that, it is a major problem in
Right.
Punjab. So what's your take on it? Like what all you have done and what all you think should be done to eradicate these kind of problems?
Uh, just 3 points that I'll answer. Number one, what am I proposing to do?
Hmm.
Eradicating any social menace today. One is awareness of the fact it is an offense.
Yes.
Do people know actually female feticide is an offense? You'll be surprised many people don't.
Yeah, exactly.
72% is the rate of drug addiction in Punjab amongst youth bracket of 18 to 20, 32.
Okay.
72% people are on drugs, in chemical drugs, transiting through different border areas. Boredom from life amongst the rich, unemployment from the poor.
Yeah,
There are different
exactly.
incentives. What we are proposing for female feticide, incentive has to be given to the family.
Right.
Like for example, if a young if a young girl gets pregnant, she has to register her pregnancy within 2 months to the local authority. If she does not register her pregnancy and a child is born,
Yeah.
the child will never be given benefits of a ration card or a driving license.
Right, right.
So that will number one be, or if you register a pregnancy and the delivery does not take place, and your plausible explanation is not plausible, that why didn't you deliver a child or what happened to the child, then it's a criminal offense.
Okay,
So
okay.
incentive and deterrence both have to be there.
Right.
Incentive, we will provide your children with welfare. Deterrence, a criminal offense. Drugs, you have to divert the attention of the youth.
Right.
Each villages now we are proposing for all the electoral to have a special fund for sports academies. Open a gym in a village.
Okay.
Put liability on the local police officer. If I am the local police officer of your locality, will be well aware there are 10 drug peddlers in the society. It's not a rocket science.
Exactly.
I will tell my police officer if I am the minister, if after 3 months the number of 10 peddlers increases to 15, you will be under suspension. So the direct accountability with repercussions should be on the authorities who are dealing with that specific offense. So when I as officer know that if I don't keep my drug peddling in check and the number goes from 10 to 15 within 15 months, I will be under suspension.
Exactly. So they will
So the
be.
incentive is creating sports academies or gym to divert their attention and give up.
Okay, so my last question will be from 10 years from now, where do you see yourself, the future plans, and
Um, in both law and politics.
Yeah, what loyal purpose?
You know, I won't peg it where I see myself in 10 years in terms of post. But of course, as a lawyer, as a litigant lawyer, my dream is that to be designated senior advocate within the next 10 years.
Okay.
And that is a peg mark of a knowledgeable lawyer. That's how his knowledge is recognized. And in terms of politics, my peg mark for my success I see where even in small number, my ideas or my awareness how education can help them can even bring about 2 to 3% change somewhere. That will be my success. So people can tell yes about because of education this happened. That's
Well,
so